We want to welcome everybody. Give us 2 minutes and we done podcast where we have Action Jackson. Chris, what's up? All right.
We lost, but I'm still excited.
Dr. Rosie Rogers. She's
2
looking
minutes.
good. She's looking fly. She's looking fly. She's looking fly, folks. Look at that. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Big Jeff? How you doing, man? How you feeling besides cold?
Washington.
Oh, he's still Washington. The swag is kind of off here. And then we have our man, Mike Washington. Mike, how you feeling, man?
Feeling okay.
The sexy is just, you can just feel the energy level changing there. He's just got that result.
No, I just got from my brother's house. Had to put in a hot water heater tank. So I just put on a hat and sat down in front of the computer, man. So that's what's going on right now.
Okay. So my man was just doing some hard labor. Not telling you doing hard labor jokes. All right. Charles Kane, the referee. How you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I just want to let you know I don't get any money from teams to change the game. You know, I mean, some teams some teams are
fixed, and I felt that fixing kind of in my veins when I was watching front lines and Kansas. But we're going to move on from that. We also have a very special guest, Dr. Letitia Scott there. Letitia, how you doing? We're going to talk a little bit more about you. I know it's been a long day for you.
I'm always grateful just to be on top of the dirt, and the dirt is not on top of me, so I'm good.
Folks, you don't want to miss this, folks. You don't want to miss our special guest, and yes, she is a Saints fan. Well.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long season. That's why she's drained. Like it's just draining the last couple of years. You know, with the Lions, we've been drained for the last.
I'm sorry, Letitia.
Okay.
You know, she this.
I don't be praised with it no more. I used to be praised, but I'm not praised. I have too much other stuff I got to do. I can't get praised with that.
I know that's
right.
You're
gonna uplift Chris during this time of mourning here. But you know, in all of this, you know, Mike, who got the record last week? It was kind of bad.
Okay, so there was a tie, a three-way tie, and then
I got to be in there.
There was a three-way tie, and then there was a champion. Letitia, am I saying that right? Letitia? Mm-hmm. Letitia. So what we'll be talking about is every week what we do is we figure out who we taking in the 16 games for the weekend. And so this week the total goes to Rosie. Rosie had 10 wins.
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay.
Wow. Go ahead, Rosie.
I feel like I said that last week.
No, Chris was on top last week.
Oh, Chris was on top last week. Okay. Well, anyway, but Chris and top. Yeah, Chris, Todd, and somebody named Mike Washington was right behind you with 9 wins.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, and then some dude named Big Jeff had 8.
Ooh.
Like 7, 8 wins.
We gotta check that. I gotta check your sheet, man. No way in the world.
Wow.
Okay.
You know what, folks?
I only put a star beside who you wanted to win. And it wasn't but 8 of them.
Yeah, it was some upsets.
Wow. So that was a rough week there. I mean, I'm moving. Hey, Mike, you know, I'm not at the bottom of the barrel. I'm not
man.
Top either. But you
tied.
Know,
me, you, and Chris tied.
I know.
9 wins.
I'm trying to figure out how I didn't get in there. Man, Chris, we did the same people.
No,
y'all.
No.
Obviously, y'all didn't.
Yeah, Chris picked some.
You went first, Jeff. You didn't go after Chris. He called you first. So
let's just be real. That hater aid that Dr. Rogers has for the Commanders made the Bears upset and put Chris in the prayer closet.
Hey, Jeff, let me tell you where you messed up at.
You hear me hate.
You messed up with the 49ers, Detroit, Buffalo, and the Commanders.
Now picking them again.
No, I didn't mess up. They messed up.
There you go.
Well, with that in mind there, we're going to have our picks here. And the Steelers and the Bengals. Wow. We're going to start with Jeff. Since you were pulling up the rear, we're going to give you an opportunity.
Yeah. I'm going to piggyback on you. The 49ers play who?
Say it again.
Who the 49ers played last week?
They played Cincinnati.
And who I picked?
And you picked
the Bengals.
You picked the wrong one.
I ain't picked no Bengals.
we got tape on that, bro.
49ers.
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right,
okay. Tape
okay.
on that. So now that we got that cleared up there.
Nah, the 49ers played Tampa, didn't they?
Yeah, 49ers played Tampa.
They did.
I picked the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry.
Bro, we'll double check.
You got 8 wins, man. Come on, man. Let it go.
So
who you picking this week?
So who you picking this week between the Steelers and the Bengals? We'll start with you, Jeff. You got redemption.
I'm going with the Steelers.
Okay. Chris, who you going with?
I'm going Steelers.
Steel curtain. Okay. The winner, champion of last week, Dr. Rogers, who you going with?
Can you see my yellow towel?
Oh, she's going with the Steelers again. What? Oh, she's hot, folks. She's hot. Between Chris and
not real good. And Joe Flacco, he did pretty good, but I think the Steelers gonna do it.
Steelers are gonna do it. All right. Pittsburgh. Okay, I'm picking Pittsburgh myself there on that one because I think they got Flacco's number. All right, the Rams and Jaguars. We're gonna go with Dr. Rogers, the champion. Who you gonna go with?
Man.
Can't go with the man yet.
Not yet. When is he coming? I'm gonna
go next week.
I'm gonna take a chance on the Jaguars.
Oh, Jaguars. Okay, that's a good pick. Chris, who you going with?
I'm sticking with the Cats.
The cat thing going again, folks.
Wow.
All right, Jeff, you got that look on your face. Who you going with, Jeff?
Going with the Cats.
Oh, you going with Chris? All right, Mike. Who you going with, Mike?
I'm going with the Rams.
Ooh, the Rams. I'm going with the Jaguars. Ooh, something just came out inside me. Okay, with that said, the Saints, the Aints against the Bears. Sorry about that, Dr. Scott. Jeff, who you going? Well, you know what? I'm not gonna do it to you, Jeff. Chris, who you going with?
Well, I'm gonna go with the Bears since they roared right over us.
Ooh, okay. Dr. Rogers, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to growl with the Bears too this time.
Ooh, man, I know that was a tough one. I'm going with the Bears too on that one. Jeff, who you going with, Big Jeff?
I'm going with the guy that with the fingernail polish.
Who's that? The Bears.
What's that about?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got you. Okay. And Mike, who you
that guy?
I'm going with the Saints.
Ooh, the upset. Okay, you feeling yourself. All right, there you go. You got somebody going with you. All right, now the Dolphins against the Browns. The Dolphins against the Browns. Jeff, who you going with?
The Dolphins.
Okay, Chris, who you going with?
If they put Shakur in there, I'll go with the Browns.
Ooh, okay. Dr. Rogers, that don't look good. It's like,
did you hear something about that?
No.
Yeah, Jeff, you didn't see that? That's for real. Shador starting this weekend.
I'm going with the Browns.
He changed.
I'm going with the Browns.
Going with the Browns.
My jersey look brown anyway. I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah, I know.
Go with the Browns. All right, Dr. Rogers, who you going with?
I think the Dolphins can't pull it together right now, so I'm also going to go with the Browns.
Okay, Mike, who you going with, man?
I'm going with Shador.
Okay, we're going all Browns. Brown out this weekend. All right,
Brown now, for us lately.
Yes. Now we got the Patriots against the Titans. Mike, who you going with?
That's crazy. I'm going with New England.
New England. Dr. Rogers, who you going with?
Yeah. Patriots.
Ooh. Chris, who you going with? That sounds like an upset stomach.
I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Oh my. Okay. You must know something we don't know here, Chris. I mean, to you and Dr. Rogers, you got this thing going back and forth. Okay, Big Jeff, picking up the rear. Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots too.
Yeah.
All right. For the upset stomach of the week, we got the Raiders against the Chiefs. Chris, who you picking?
Raiders.
Dr. Rogers, who you picking?
I'm going with the Chiefs. They got something to prove.
All right. Mike, who you going with?
Man, I don't even want to say the Chiefs, but I'm going to say the Chiefs.
Come on, Mike.
Chiefs. Man.
We don't have all week for this one, man. You go Chiefs. Okay, Big Jeff, who you going with, man?
I'm going with Patrick.
Okay, Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs too. All right, now, this is going to be a good one. The Eagles against the Vikings. All right, Dr. Rogers, who you going with?
Oh, man, them green
people. Who are you hating on this week?
Because I'm not hating on anybody. Some things are just a little bit harder to swallow. But I think the
You-
Eagles got to fight back. I think they got to get some push. So I'm going with the Eagles.
Ooh, Eagles. Okay, Chris, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm gonna try the Eagles one more time.
One more game. All right, Mike. You just gonna go against the grain just because you can?
who the Eagles playing? The Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Eagles.
Ooh, Big Jeff, what you
Hey,
doing?
you didn't say nothing about him, Todd. He did the same face I did.
Well, I mean, it's a little different because you have this thing against Green up in Green Bay, but that's all right. Not and the Eagles kind of for a reason. All right, Big Jeff. Uh-oh.
Where they playing at?
You had to ask me that. I don't know. I didn't get that information there, but
Oh,
who you going with, Jeff?
I needed to know where they
They're
were
going.
playing.
They're playing home. The Vikings are playing at home.
I'm going with the Vikings.
Okay, I'm going with the Eagles. I think they'll pull it off. All right, Panthers against the Jets. The ugly game. Wow. I'm going to go with the Jets. I'm going to go with my boy Glenn. All right, go ahead, Chris. Who you going with?
I'm sticking with the Cats. Panthers.
She's going with that cat thing. Okay, Dr. Rogers. This was some thought.
Although the Panthers did some things I didn't like this week, I'm going with the Panthers. I'm playing to win. I'm playing
You're playing to win. She won last week. Mike, who you going with?
Panthers.
Big Jeff.
Carolina.
Okay, now we got the Giants against the Broncos. I'm going Broncos on this one. Chris, who you going with?
Giants and Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos.
Okay, Dr. Rogers, who you going with?
Oh, let me flip my coin again.
Right.
All right, I'm going Broncos.
Broncos. Okay, Big Jeff, who you going with?
I'm going with the Giants.
Ooh, upset. Okay, Mike, who you going with?
I'm going New York.
Ooh, and the Broncos are playing at home too, so this is going to be tough. All right, Colts against the Chargers. Ooh, I want to go with Jim so bad. I really do, but Jeff, who you going with?
The Colts.
Okay, Dr. Rogers, who you going with?
I'm gonna ride with Jeff in this one.
He's riding that Colt. All right, there. Jackson, who you going with?
Let's go with the Chargers.
Ooh, I'm going with you, Chris, with the Chargers. I like Jim Harbaugh. Mike, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Ooh, okay, there we go, folks. All right, now we got Alice against the Commanders.
I am it once again. Could you say my team's name correctly?
Yes, the Dallas Cowboys, but they got no D, so I say Alice. So who you picking, Dr. Rogers? We're gonna start with you first.
Just write down Dallas. You know not to even ask me that.
We just gotta make it fair. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Chris, the prayer closet going on. Commanders against Cowboys. Who you going with? Commanders. All right.
Commanders.
Big Jeff, who you going with, man? Who you
going with Washington.
Okay, Mike.
Ask this one.
I'm going to Washington.
Washington.
No, along party lines. I don't know why you even asked that.
Well, I'm going with the Commanders just because I don't trust Dallas's defense. All right, next up, we're gonna get the Packers against the Cardinals. I'm going for the Pack. Dr. Rogers, who you going for?
Okay, this is where I drink the haterade at. Hold on, let me get a sip. I'm playing to win, so I'm gonna go with them Packers.
Oh wow, she switched up. That was deep. Forgiveness is in.
I just swallowed my pride, and go on and
Chris, who you going with?
Hey, going for the cheese, cheddar.
Okay, the cheddar cheese. All right, Mike, who you going with?
I'm going to Packers.
Okay, Big Jeff, who you picking?
Green Bay.
Ooh, all right. Now we got the Falcons who had the upset this week against the 49ers. Dr. Rogers, who you going with?
Who they playing?
49ers.
49ers.
Oh, wow. Hey, hold on. I am going to go with let's go with the Falcons. Maybe they'll
Falcons. Okay, Chris, who you going with?
I'm going to stick with the Falcons. Yeah.
Okay. Big Jeff, who you picking?
ATL.
Okay, Mike, who you picking?
Who they playing?
The 49ers. I tell you, he's snoozing on this one, folks. 49ers against the Falcons. You may want to check your brother, your big brother's stuff.
I'm going to 49. What had they played Robinson yet?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played.
Oh, yeah.
He been playing.
So
Okay.
I'm going with the 49ers too. All right, with that in mind there, we're getting ready to get down to it. The Buccaneers against the Lions.
Who you
My
going
secondary playing so bad. Ugh.
with?
I got to go with the Lions.
Mm.
That was a rough one because I think we
Oh,
might be able to pull this one out.
okay.
With our run game. All right, Chris, who you going with?
I don't know now. I have to defect. The Bucks gonna
Okay, it makes
probably.
sense because the secondary is trash right now. Okay, Dr. Rogers, who you picking?
Wow, I'm so glad you're not one of my fans. Uh,
We wouldn't have any defense. We'd be Alice.
Baker.
Okay, Buccaneers. All right, Mike, who you picking?
The Lions.
Okay. Big Jeff, who you going with, man?
You know,
Tampa Bay.
Oh, he's going with the Bucks. Okay, the last game before we get to our special guest. The Texans against the Seahawks. Okay, Dr. Rogers, who you picking?
oh, ah, man,
That doesn't count.
I know, right? Because I be wanting the Texans to win. You know
Yeah.
why? I be wanting them to win, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks.
Yep. The Seahawks. Okay, Seahawks. All right, next we have Chris. Who you going with?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Birds, the Hawks.
The Hawks? Ooh. All right. Mike, who you going with?
I'm going with the Texans.
The Texans. Ooh. Big Jeff, who you going with?
Hey.
It's like
So
that.
I can be up in there somewhere. I'm gonna go with
And they're playing at the Seahawks. They're playing at home. If that will help you.
yeah, I'm going with the Bird.
I'm going with the Texans because I think they're bound for a big upset, especially with the kind of coach that they have. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right. So with that in mind there, we have our very special guest, Dr. Scott. Folks, she has an amazing story. Get everyone here. We'll tell her. I'm going to have her tell her story here. All right. So Dr. Scott, can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your journey?
I think I did. No, I did that already. But anyways, grew up the preacher's daughter. My dad was a Methodist preacher, and if any of you are familiar with Methodist preachers, you know he was really strict. I was a straight A student. Started playing the piano at 12, sleepwalking. I was walking in my sleep, and I started playing. So I play by ear. I play drums, piano, keyboard, violin, guitar. You name it, I can play it. But my dad was a broke preacher, and I didn't understand why we always had to be broke. The church members, being Methodist preacher, we had to stay either next door to the church or behind the church in them little shotgun houses. And I didn't like that. So at the age of 16, basically, my babysitter's grandson, he was much older than I. He was the first person I ever saw with a Mercedes. And he had this big, like it was this big, I guess it was a round body, but all I could remember was the Mercedes had a table in it. And I was like in the back seat, like it was a trip. I don't know if he had it custom done, but it just floored me. I was 16 when I first saw it. My older brother, now my dad had 3 other sons prior to him meeting my mom. My mom and dad was 14 years difference in age. So he was basically raising her with my 3 brothers. And 2 of them had one mother he was married to, and then my other brother had a different mom or whatever. Now this the preacher. I don't know if he did all this before his preacher days or whatever. But anyways, I saw that car and I was just outdone. My brother and I went to a backyard party. This was when they had the backyard parties, and the only way my dad would let him drive the car is if he let me ride with him so I could watch him, right? But some kind of way he got away from me and he left with a girl. And when my best friend, this was her cousin, the guy with the Mercedes. And so he pulls up and I was like, what kind of car is that? And I wanted that car. I grew up wanting that car. And so my brother never came back to get me. Like we were 40 miles from home And the only reason you can drive the car is so that I can ride with you. And he left me with this girl and he never came back, like before curfew.
Mhm.
So my babysitter's grandson ended up giving me a ride home because he was actually going to the country from the city to take some drugs to one of the people that ran for him. And they ran drugs for him. And she was from LA. So she had all the street sense, all the game. And he told me to wait in the car by my dad, and his mom and my dad were friends. So my dad trusted me with him. You see what I'm saying? So he's giving me a ride back home, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Rem Scott will be okay." And we stopped by the drug house before he drops me off. And that was the first time I was ever introduced. I had ever seen cocaine. And I tell people all the time when I'm publicly speaking, the devil is like cocaine. You know, when the enemy tricks you, we get deceived by what we see, not knowing that we need to study to show ourselves approved to know what we know, because what we know people can't take from us. So I was sitting in the car waiting on him, and he beckoned for me to come in. And it's like after 12 o'clock, my curfew was 12 with my brother. And so when I go into this particular house with him, these people are on drugs, like they cooking drugs, they smoking drugs, they doing all this stuff. And I thought I was like in a horror movie, like a Michael Jackson video or something. And so the lady took a hit of the cocaine and she tried to jump out the window with the window down. That's why I said the enemy tricks us, because he makes us think we can when we know we really can't. We think we can get by with stuff and we really can't. This woman was on these drugs and she thought she could jump out the window with the freaking window down. I was tripping. So I was like, what just happened? Right. But long story short, I was talking to him and I was telling him how I didn't like being broke, and you know why my dad always had to wait on the church people to help pay the bills, and I just didn't understand it. So he was like, I'm gonna hook you up with this chick, the same chick that tried to jump out the window, right? Hook you up with her and you let her cook the drugs, and then when Rev Scott go to sleep, you just go out the window. And you come back before he get up. He gave me that the wrong game. Right. And so that's what I started doing. I started climbing out the window when my dad would go to sleep, because we had curfew. So when they go to bed, I climb out the window. I go hang on the dope corner all night selling drugs. And before he got up in the morning, I was back in the window, ready for school, straight A student, running track, playing basketball. Did it all.
Wow.
Well, and we ended up in the country because, and all of this is going to be in my series about my life. I've been on Film Freeway for 4 months now, won over 30 plus 40 awards and honorable mentions with a 3 to 19 minute short film about my life. So that lets you know how powerful it is. So I sold drugs all those years, maybe not a lot, but for 3 years before my mom and dad found out. Well, the way they found out was I got busted with 3 kilos of cocaine in my dad's house, because again, I thought I was slick. The devil make you think you can when you know you can't. My nickname is Chucky. That's been my nickname since I was born. So I tell people I was the doll before the doll ever existed. Chucky before the doll existed. And everybody else called me Slick. And so
I put Slick Chucky.
Yeah, that. And so I was 7 months pregnant with my son, who's now deceased. He was killed in Louisiana. He was my only son at the age of 17. So I was pregnant with my son, and my dad never wanted me to be exposed to prison life. And so when the people came, they were getting ready to leave. They only wanted to bust me. They set me up. My daughter's uncle, her dad, I slept with him one time, got pregnant, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna send you to prison. He kept telling me that he was a drug dealer, I was a drug dealer, but he gonna send me to prison. Like, make it make sense. He didn't like me, I didn't like him. So he and his brother set me up. And they only would setting me up for the 5 ounces. They were gonna buy 5 ounces from me, not him, but he sent his brother, and didn't know that I had just got back from Houston scoring the cocaine. Right. So now I got 3 kilos in the trunk. I got 5 ounces for him. And then I had $5,000 worth of $20 rocks that I was going to give to somebody that worked for me. And so they ended up getting all of that, with the exception of 14 ounces that I had hid that they didn't find. They didn't bring no dogs. This was the country. So when my dad was coming home, he was coming in the yard. and the people were kicking the door in. And he came in the house and he just looked at me. He had tears in his eyes, and he said, he looked at the police officer. He said, "These are my drugs. Everything you find is mine." But he thought he was going to get probation. He only did that thinking that he would get probation because everybody in this little country town knew him and he was the preacher. But they gave him 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And so state time at that, you know, I tell people I was going to do my thing, but I was never doing nothing that was going to send me to state prison with the broke folks. I wasn't going, just wasn't going to happen. So after I had my baby, I went back and tried to take the charge myself. Like, I didn't want my dad to go to prison for something that I did. And they wouldn't do it. The judge was like, "You're a menace to society. You disrespectful. You know, you should have did this from the beginning. It is what it is. The sentence has been done. My dad's gone to prison now." And the church people were still taking care of him, going to visit him, doing everything. I had bought the property where the church was built with the drug money and had the church built on. It was a little small church, hold about 200 people or whatever, but I was just doing the most. I was awful. And so after that, he asked me to stop selling drugs. And I went to visit him, crazy as I don't know what. I always could draw all my talent in my hands. And so I drew a blueprint of a crack machine because I didn't like the way the crackheads smelled. I didn't like the way they looked. I didn't like, every time I would sell them, I would go and throw up. Like, I would be sick every time. So I was like, I can't do this. Now I got to find another way to do this. So I called myself going to draw a blueprint of a crack machine. And it was going to be made out of concrete. And it was going to have slots for the money. And it was going to go through a tunnel. I don't know where I got that creative thinking from, but the good is I had it because it blessed me today. But I snuck the paper in the prison and showed it to my dad. And he started crying. He was like, "Are you crazy?" He said, "I'm sitting in prison for you selling cocaine, and you sneak a picture of a crack machine in here. You're going to be buried up under the jail." That's what he said. He said, "You throw it away and don't you show it to nobody else. And as a matter of fact, you need to stop selling drugs. I'm demanding you to stop." And so I tried to stop for about 30, 40, maybe not even 2 months. And I started back and I got secret indicted by the feds.
Wow.
So now this time it was no way out because they put a lady on me that acted as if she wanted to babysit my son. My mom was keeping my daughter. And so I was on the run because I bonded out on another drug charge and I never did go back to court. $150,000 bond. And so they put this lady on me. I'm gonna let me hurry this up. Put this lady on me. She acts like she wants to babysit for me. I let her stay in the house and keep my son while I go out and sell drugs on the corner to try to shake back. Because mind you, my dad got busted. So when he got busted, I used that money to bond him out. Now I'm living from pillar to post. I'm on the run. Nothing is working because I'm not doing it God's way. I'm doing it Chucky's way. And she let the people come in and wire the house up. Not only did she let the people wire the house up, she introduced me to an undercover DEA agent and told me he was her cousin. And so all along, she was actually married to the DEA agent. And I sold to him 3 different times. So then this time they like, "Oh, we're going to make sure when we get you, it's going to stick." So the first time I sold him 3 ounces. The second time I sold him 9 ounces. And then the last time I sold him 18 ounces. So the people where I was on the run from partnered with the people in the city where I was running to, and now they indicted me. So they set me up. I go to meet the man and they get me. I'm done. And I'm facing a life sentence. And so that first offer was life, but on my day of sentencing, I had a 30-day speedy trial back in the 90s, and they lost the records. They couldn't find them. There wasn't nobody but God. So I got 13 years. I got 5 years federal prison, 6 months federal boot camp, chopping trees in the forest, sleeping outside for days at a time. The only way I could get the 13 years cut was if I finished the 6 months boot camp. And my mother died at the end of the boot camp, so she never got to see me change. I was still at the age of 42. My dad come home. We both go to the funeral. He gets out maybe almost like 9 months before me, and then I come home. He lived about 3 years, and then 3 or 4 years, and then he died. Then my grandmother died, and then my son died. All 4 of them back to back. So I just say that God used that to make sure I would never sell drugs again, because he took everybody that he knew I could depend on. Like if I sold drugs, I know if I go to federal prison, they got my keys, or they're gonna look out for me. They're gonna make sure I'm good. And God just took all those people away from me. And I moved to Texas with an air mattress and a TV. And I came here with my 4 daughters. And that's when I met my husband. And my husband was square. He's a square. He say squares rule the world. I'm street, he's square. He and my daughter are 8 years difference in age. And everything I wanted when I was a drug dealer, I never could get that Mercedes. And now God is using me, and I use Mercedes vans to take people to the prison. And now I got 2 Mercedes vans, and I got a Rolls Royce, and I got the whatever that G-Wagon truck. Everything I ever wanted when I was a drug dealer, God has blessed me with it, and I'm debt free, and I don't have no car notes. Became a God-made millionaire. Started 13 businesses for 13 kids, and I just go all over the world speaking. I go to all the prisons. I'm on all the prison podcasts. I don't get paid for none of this stuff. I do it pro bono. But I show people that I was homeless and I was broke and I was busting and disgusting. Now, everybody have a testimony and everybody's been through some things, but my testimony it's not your testimony. Yours is not mine, but we all can help somebody, because you look at somebody and say, they see me. I'm like this tonight because I just got my hair done and I got to go to bed because I got to do a whole radio show for my grandsons who are 9 and 10. They have a gospel radio show that I have to pre-tape the night and then do an audition for a TV commercial for one of them, and still go to bed and get up and be ready for the drive at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, I can't dress up tonight, but y'all see my page, how
yes,
I'm
indeed.
coming. But I said that to say that God used that to put it on public display to redirect my journey, because had none of that ever happened, I would have never ended up in Texas, and I would have never met my husband, and I went back to prison in 2011. So that's a fast forward, because someone committed a fraud against my business and won the appeal in the 5th Circuit Court. So if you all have never read that book, 3 Felonies a Day, make sure you read it, because everybody in the world commits 3 felonies a day. And it's Hebrew silver glade. Everybody in the world, the preacher, the apostle, the pope, the judge, everybody in the world commits 3 felonies a day unknowingly. So I spent all these thousands of dollars fighting the case, and I win it. So I stay in prison from 2011 to 2013. Nobody brought my daughters to see me, not one time.
Oh.
It's crazy, because my husband go to federal prison in one state, I go in another state. We just met. We met and got married because his grandmother didn't want us to go to church. Want the people at the church know we was shacking, they old school. So we got married on November the 16th, 2010. October the 6th, 2011, we both go to federal prison on the same day in 2 different states, and we don't see each other no more to 2015. And he built a software out of algorithms and binary numbers to restore people's namesake, and he's a day trader. And by the end of 2018, we were part owners of 7 emergency rooms. So we became God-made millionaires. And we're some of the most humble people you ever meet. My vision is not his vision. He don't mess with my stuff. I don't mess with his stuff. You do you, I do me, but we come together to make it happen for other people. So we're faithful tither, faithful givers. And that's what we do. We bless people all over the world. Like, people call me like, well, how much you charge me to speak? No, just if you want to bless me, bless me. If God move on your heart. Now, if it's not relevant, I'm not going. I don't put the miles on my car. I don't do clicks. I don't do none of that stuff. I only move when God says it's relevant. I don't do podcast interviews. I don't do nothing unless God leads me to do it, because I spend too much time in prison, and I don't waste time wasting time. I'm not going to do it.
I know that's right.
Folk, if you haven't been blessed by that, and like I said, we're going to bring you back, Letitia, because there's more to your story that people need to know.
Absolutely.
And it's very, very powerful and stuff. And, if anybody want to get a hold of you, Dr. Scott, how do they get a hold of you?
Listen, now I'm so accessible. My husband, they get mad at me. Everybody, my assistant, my drivers, they be like, why you put your cell phone number on Google? Because sometimes people, like the other day, this lady called me. She was like, I've been following you for 5 years. I just need you to speak into my life. Like, how do you do it and stay sane? And you do so much stuff. Like, my whole schedule is booked to December. And she's like, how do you do it and stay sane? How do you maintain being a wife, a mother, a grandmother, raising kids, doing this stuff? It's on Google. My cell phone number is on Google. If you Google Letitia Scott Jackson, Everything about me is on Google, the nonprofit, the movie, my books, how to reach me if you need me to help you. I tell people, I teach you how to flip food stamps. I know how to make some money legally.
No, that's right.
Because I couldn't cook. Listen, I couldn't cook. I didn't learn how to cook till I went back to prison in 2011. And I tell you, that's crazy because I never had to do it. Now I have a full-time housekeeper, full-time stylist. I don't have to do it, but I do it.
Amen.
But I said that to say that I used to take the food to my pastor. He had a restaurant. I couldn't cook. My dad was like, "You're going to kill them children because you can't cook." And he would cook the food for me. And I had my son and daughter all over Shreveport and Bossier slinging plate lunches. That's how we paid the rent. Let me tell you something. It's no rhyme or reason for people to be broke. I tell people, if you are in this same situation,
go ahead, girl.
October the 14th, 8:52 p.m. my time, that you were in last year, October the 14th, 8:52 p.m., you disrespectful. So you have at least $5 more than what you had last year. Or another shirt, another pair of pants, a new word to articulate. Find something to do. It don't make no sense.
Amen. You know, folk, like I said, I hope you were inspired by that as we, get ready to close out here.
If they wasn't, I was. That's for sure. I'm not doing enough.
Definitely was inspired, and I was going to throw the red flag because she sure shed some blood tonight.
Goodness.
And not that we want to bring you back. We will be blessed if you honor to come back.
Absolutely.
Because this show, when me and Mike created, Mike say, "Is this going to be a faith-based show?" By us being on it, God has brought guests that had faith. And you have just, you blessed us so much that just, again, it took the show to another level. It doesn't even matter about ratings. It mattered that when someone received the show, it's going to bless their lives.
Absolutely.
And then let me say this, it should be hope for someone, because I tell people all the time, it's not if God can do it for me, but it's because he did it for me. And because he did it for me, guess what? You can go 4 years without no motion. In the 5th year, God will spin the block. And you will just be like, what just happened? So that's encouragement for someone to know that you looking at somebody who done been to federal prison twice, homeless, broke, busted, disgusted, abused by men, talked too crazy, had to fight all the time. And now it's like, I know my worth. I'm not paying no bills. I ain't pumping no gas. I ain't buying no groceries. I ain't doing that. That's because I know my worth. And people need to understand their worth. And once you realize what your worth is, you just not going to fall for it. You don't settle for whatever. So
can I ask you one question? You play all those instruments. Have you ever written any songs?
I'm performing one of the songs I wrote when I was 17 tomorrow when I filmed for the Portia show.
Okay.
So I have over 50 songs, but I've never ever had a desire to record. But because my movie is called Gangster to Grace, the song I wrote when I was 17 is called Saved by Grace. Never knew it was going to correlate to this day and time. But it sounds like this, when you listen to it, it's like, I was letting a Caucasian guy listen to it the other day. I was looking at a house back here, 8.9 million behind my house. And I just was like, let the white guy listen to the song. He was like, oh my God, you sound like Luther. I said, that's a church song, man. So it's up to date. It's up to date. So I'll let Mr. Todd know. I'll send an email as to when that show will be.
Who's Mr. Todd?
That's his name, Mr. Todd.
Mr. Todd.
Okay. Hey, Letitia, thank you. Hey, Mr. Todd.
I'll send an email so he can send it to all of you. So when that show airs, I'm actually going to be playing and singing. They want me to bring my keyboard with me, so I'm going to take my keyboard with me to Atlanta in the morning. And I'll let them know when it airs. And that way all of you can watch it. I would appreciate the support if you would watch.
Absolutely.
You can send us anything. We will start immediately pushing your stuff. I push everybody's stuff nonstop on Catch the Spirit of Laughter, Catch the Spirit of Documentary on
Let me tell you something right now. He might not talk good all the time, but that brain is good up there. I'm telling you that right now. Trust and believe me, okay? I'm telling you.
Yes.
And like I said, this is so powerful. We're going to have you back on here again, like I said, and talk about your saints, hopefully they'll be back to.
Hopefully they'll be doing something by the time.
Hope they'll be winning by the time we bring you back. Hopefully we'll be sooner. Even if they're not winning, we're gonna still bring you back because I know you're a big time.
And I Googled you. I saw you with your clothes on. Ain't none of us got no clothes on. That's Charles' good stuff right there. See that striped shirt? That's his good clothes right there.
And like I said, it's a powerful story, folk. And like I said, you definitely want to, we support you, and you've gone through a lot. And like I said, high fashion, folk. When look high fashion when you go on her website and stuff like that. Wonderful story. And I know we're coming up against
beautiful story. That's for sure.
Beautiful story. I know we're coming to the minute, so I guess we're getting ready to do the 2-minute. Would you say, Charles?
Yeah, I'd like to share something, you don't mind.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things to share. If y'all don't mind.
And like I say, at this point, Chris, Dr. Rogers, Jeff, you got anything else? Go ahead. Go ahead, Charles.
Go ahead, what? Chris, Jeff, Dr. Rogers, you got anything? Where I'm going. You say go ahead. Is we going to Chris, Jeff, or Dr.
We're starting with you, Charles, the referee. Before we get penalized. We get penalized every week, but by the way, just want to warn you ahead of the t-shirt. Go ahead, Charles.
Okay.
Mr. Todd is still in training. And thank you for the coaching, the entrepreneur, because everybody on here is an entrepreneur and have multi-talents, similar things that you have accomplished and took it to the 10th power. So you have blessed us to encourage each and everybody on here that you got to get busy.
See what I'm talking about? He knew what he wanted to say. His brain go fast in his mouth.
You got to get
comedians
busy.
on here is gonna get a little crazy.
No, and I mean that's serious.
For real.
Mike is a comedian. He's also I wouldn't say a home improver. It started out as an interior designer. He's an artist. Dr. Rogers is a doctor. She's a director. She writes plays. She's a comedian. Christine. She's also a writer. She done wrote a book. With that stuff you do, Mike help me out. Calligraphy. She does calligraphy. Yes. I'm getting ready to show some of that now. And Todd got many hats other than his preaching. He's a director. And I forgot Rosie also is an evangelist. Me and Jeff, we just on here trying to grow. We're just trying to grow everybody on here, and we're great supporters to everybody. So
if you need a bodyguard, let me know.
Thank you.
And Jeff is a coach in his own right.
I love her. She said thank you.
Yeah. So
she got no bodyguards right now.
I just wanted to give that information.
I'm sorry, Charles. Where do you live? Where do you live there? Where do you live?
In Frisco, Texas.
Okay.
On the other side of Dallas.
Okay.
That's on the other side. I'm definitely going to share this with my wife immediately. I think we'll be in Dallas.
I live right behind the Star where the Dallas Cowboys practice and play.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be there in March.
Next time I come to Dallas,
a Maxwell convention.
I'm going to let her know so she can come down.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah. All right. I was going to share something. I can save it to next week. I was led to say that.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you again.
It's our pleasure having you on our show and stuff. And like I said, now we got the 2-minute drill coming up here. Charles, who's flipping the coin?
Mike, is I'm wearing off on him or is he wearing off on me?
Hey, Mr. Todd, something else.
Yeah, call it.
Heads.
Heads it is.
Well, I'm going to defer. I'm going to turn it over to Mike.
You did that last week.
Exactly. Anyway, so Mr. Todd, thank you, Mr. Todd. So my 2 weeks this week is going to be simple. Is it Dr. Letitia Scott?
You can say
Now,
Letitia down there.
okay, but anyway, dear, darling, baby, and all those gestures are country gestures. My parents talk like that, so none of it's being fresh. Let me tell you something right now. You have blessed us because I start off teasing you, telling me you scared me, but really blessed me because I used to look at people differently. Me and my brothers were raised by some strict parents. We didn't have you'd have thought our parents were pastors, but my father raised us and he whipped us like probably like well, I'm not gonna say that, but he whipped us to keep us in line. None of us had ever been to jail. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. I used to look at people differently until I got grown, and my father gave me a compliment one time. He said, "Man, you have so many different types of friends. You got smart friends, stupid friends. You got criminal friends. You got street friends. You got athlete friends, and so forth." And he used to always say, "Man, why you talk to all these people?" Until he started meeting them, and then he already knew who his son was. So he said, "Mike, it's amazing how all these different people still all treat you the same way." So I'm gonna say this to you. When I was coming up, I looked at somebody like you, and I'd be like, "Oh man, that little girl bad as I don't know what. She doing this, she doing that, she doing that." But I'm telling you right now, just to listen to your story and to watch how you turned yourself around. And of course, going to the penitentiary can make a person sit there and think about the things that they're doing. But the mind that you have, oh my God. Because I always say, people always say this all the time, man, why you sitting around thinking about doing all this bad stuff? Why don't you think about doing some good stuff? Well, I see that's what you did. You know what I mean? And so I have nothing but the best to say to you. Normally we talk about our football team, but hey, my team lost yesterday, and I'm gonna wait until Sunday to see if they go do Sunday. But I want to tell you, I love you, and it's a pleasure meeting you. And I'm glad that Mr. Todd invited you on the show. That's for sure. So
Look, that Mr. Todd. No, it fell in my lap because somebody he knew. He knows they call me sporadically. And can I get you to do this? Can I get you that? No, you cannot. But then when they called me and they said, "Oh, we want you to be on 2-3 podcasts," I was like, "Mr. B, you got to be kidding me." But you know what? I couldn't turn him down because he supports my grandsons and he flew them out to New Jersey to model for one of his events. So it's just a God-given assignment. And I'm grateful to be able to, again, return the gesture because you never know who you're going to help. Like you said, people think everybody go to prison bad. Everybody go to prison ain't bad. And
that's right.
And you got some of the most intelligent people, especially not just state prison, but especially in federal prison. That's why they don't want you to communicate when you leave because people be coming up with some ideas and some plans. I'm getting ready working on opening a school. And so it's like over the top. I was sharing it with somebody today and they were blown away with the state representative. He was like, "Scott Jason, how do you think of all this stuff?" I just be sitting up thinking.
That's it.
And you know what, folk, as
beautiful mind,
and that's the thing, folk. Especially we want to end up like I said. We have some NFL players' moms come on here too and stuff like that. I want to give a shout out to BJ Green, the family, and for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, keep on doing your thing, and you're gonna get your time. Just like we Shador Sanders, we really appreciate you hanging tough with all the stuff and your dad, what he's going through. Our prayers going out for you, especially for that stuff. So, we're giving a big shout out for everybody tonight. And, we just wish everybody the best. And can we just show some love and give someone a chance? So with that on there, we're going to go around real quick to see who's doing what for the weekend. We'll start with Chris. Chris, what you doing for the weekend?
Wow, I'm still processing all that she just said. I'm going to be doing some business stuff immediately, for sure. I have no excuses. So I will be doing a whole lot of business stuff this weekend. As a matter of fact, when we get off this podcast, I'm going to get to cracking, working on this script that I've been working on for a minute. So no more excuses. Thank you, Dr. Scott Jackson.
Yes. Dr. Rogers, what are you doing this weekend?
Hey, I'm ditto. I'm doing something to Chris though. I'm gonna clean out my garage and get my inventory together.
That's right. You just
stuff all over the place. I got somebody coming in, got a couple people coming in, help me get my inventory together because I've been doing a lot of events lately and I've just been throwing stuff everywhere. So it's out of control. So this weekend, Dr. Rosie Rogers will be organizing her inventory.
Yes, calling her sons in and grandsons. All right, Big Jeff, what are you doing this weekend?
Oh yeah, I ain't doing too much of nothing. I just want to thank you again, Dr. Scott Jackson. It was amazing just sitting here listening to you, and I can't wait to watch everything that you about to do and doing.
thank you.
But for myself, I'm gonna be watching the Washington Commanders smash out
Watch it.
them Dallas Cowboys.
Uh-oh. Well, we got a war going on over here. All right, Mike, what are you doing this weekend, bro?
This weekend I will be chilling, hopefully, because I will be back on the road. October the 24th and 25th, we meaning me, Cheryl Underwood, and Kyle Irby, will be at the Cincinnati Funny Bone, the 24th and 25th. So this weekend, I'm just going to be chilling and trying to figure out when I'm aware. How about that?
You need to go on that site, man, because like I said, you guys dress fine. I don't. But anyway, with that, we want to see you next time on Give Us 2 Minutes and We Done podcast. Till next time, everybody. We love you. And look, stay strong and get to working on your plan.
And click and subscribe.
Yeah.
Almost made it through. Almost had a perfect game, but not quite. Love you all. Till next time, we'll see you on Give Us 2 Minutes We Done podcast. Bye.